Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to a new stream from your favorite neighborhood streamer, Yentra. And today I'm really excited because we get the Mercury Star Runner, or MSR for short. And yeah, I just can't say enough good things about this ship. So I wanted you to be with me from the very beginning. We are going to take this ship. We're at the space station right now. In fact, to be even more specific, I always forget the name of this space station, the Green Glade Station. We're going to take this to Hurston, and we're going to try to pick up a box mission. But in addition to that, that we get the right kind of box mission, because I've been finding that we haven't always been able to spawn the right box mission. So we've got a little. We'll add a little time here, and you can see this is got it all set up here to be spawned, and we'll pull this ship out. We'll take it out into space, and I'll give you a little bit of a tour and show you the inner workings of the ship, if you will, and then we'll take it to do a box mission. And while we're doing that, we still have to load up a mule. And while I'm doing that, I can kind of show you, sort of what fits in the back of the Star Runner. It is a fairly substantial ship. I think looking at it, it gives you the impression that it is kind of a medium small, but it's definitely like a medium large ship, I would say. I just spawned this and had to claim it because I had a this is going to sound funny, but I had a dead mule in here. I had a mule that I must have put in here a while ago, and it did not survive. It was unresponsive. I couldn't get it out of the back here. Now, just gonna close your eyes if you want. I'm gonna take us out into space because I really want to kind of be out in the middle of nowhere, and then I'll give you a quick run through. And then plus, of course, the lights are off when you first claim this ship, so you just get sort of the ambient lighting. And I want to have everything lit up and show you kind of a more presentational presentation. I absolutely love this ship. I love this ship. It is one of my favorite ships of all time in the game. It has been my daily driver ship for the longest period of any other ship. It is completely, from my gameplay, this thing is perfect. In just about all the ways a ship could be perfect. And, I can't say enough good things about it. I'm kind of anxious to get it away from the space station so we can kind of just show you what we got. So let's just pick a spot here. I might just head to... Yeah, let's just pick a random spot so that we don't run into anyone. And I'll just stop it midway there. That's pretty good. And now, of course, we're going to get maybe get the audio bug, but that's okay. So let's take a look at the outside first, now that we're kind of out in the sun. This is the Mercury Star Runner. It's made by Crusader, It is sort of a departure. If you're interested in the lore of this ship, this was sort of the ship that came after the Hercules series, as sort of a data runner and a smuggler ship. And the founder of Crusader, at one point in his history, was smuggled to safety. So this is sort of a nod to that. There is a tremendous amount of nods to the Millennium Falcon, in that it is an asymmetrical design. The cockpit is dead center, but you have this area over to the starboard side of the ship that differs from the port side. You can see there's a distinction there between both sides. It is fast. It is meant to run data. There's a satellite dish, which I will pop into the scanning room that is below that. And when you sit in the seat, that scanning the disk will extend or will open up or deploy, I guess. And that is kind of a nod to the Millennium Falcon's communications disk that it had on its top as well. And of course, the Millennium Falcon was an asymmetrical design. There's really only one entrance to this ship, and that kind of has a lot of people complaining, and that's the cargo bay area that I just opened up right here. There's no other exit. I've been told that they may change that when they do a gold pass on this ship, which would be welcomed. There's a lot here that isn't functional, but let's go back into the inside of the ship. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I should have pointed out is that there are 2 manned turrets. One is on the top here, and the other one is on the bottom. Harder to see with the sun hitting us like it is, but there's a turret in the bottom as well. And I'll show you those turrets, and those are both manned turrets. So let's just pop out of the pilot seat. Very similar cockpit to the Hercules. Hercules, of course, the A2 has a 3rd seat, but this is just kind of a minified version of the cockpit that you see. There are some things here. None of these things are really functional, so it's hard to say if that's meant to be a gun rack or just some components. I'm a little unclear. This, to me, looks like these might be gun racks, but everything starts to look like gun racks when you when you start thinking about it. The pilot and the co-pilot sit side by side, and as I said, you have control over some of the weaponry as the pilot and the co-pilot, but there is a manned turret and a unmanned turret. One of the biggest complaints is what I'm about to kind of show you, which is how long it takes for you to get out of this ship. Now, I don't find this to be problematic at all. If you just approach, you see that door was already open, and it almost always is open by the time you get out of the pilot seat. So you walk through that door. These doors are pretty fast and pretty responsive. I'm going to go to the back of the ship just to show you how quickly you can get out of the ship. Again, another door there. And then the common thing, this is an elevator. The common thing is just to jump off that. And now you're in the back of the ship ready to get out. So I don't feel like that took me too long. I never feel like oh my gosh, I can't get out of here. There is an elevator here. I never use it because the trick of all the MSR owners is to run and jump. And you'll just catch that ladder, and then you sit here for just about a half a second or so, and less than a half a second, and that door will open up. So now that we're in the ship, let's give you a bit of a tour. We're in the server room, the server area, because this is the primary purpose of this ship is to be a data runner. So this would be these would be the servers to store the data that you're trading as a commodity, I would imagine. So that's the primary purpose of this ship. Now, there has been some very good observations. I think one of the first videos I watched on the MSR was done by Morphologist, and he had a really brilliant point that he made, which is, you're not you're not going to really have direct access. If there's only one entrance and everyone's coming through here, to have them walk through the server room would be more than a little of a mistake. You don't want just to have anyone to have access to the servers, considering that as a major commodity that this ship would be transporting, and just to have any Joe Schmo be able to walk through here and pull a wire purposefully or by accident would be, catastrophic. Whereas this area, you could close this off. This door could close or turn into a door of some kind and close off. These ones really wouldn't be there in a major pathway. That is just a big no way. So we're in the middle of the ship, and if I head straight forward here, that'll take me to these holds that we went through. The first one takes you into sort of the front area of the ship, and to your left you have recreation, and to the right you have habitation. I'll show you those in just a moment. And we're kind of going back the way that we came, just so I can kind of show you everything. These rooms really, at this point, serve no purpose in game, but they do, prevent anyone who's sort of trying to take over your ship. These are sort of stronghold points. You could lock these doors down, theoretically lock somebody in this area that I'm in right now, and where they could literally do no damage to your ship, and then we're back into the pilot's cockpit area. I'm going to head back, and I want to show you now we're kind of heading back to that server room. But before we go there, let's look at habitation. This is the habitation area for the crew. There's some non-functional storage there. And you see 2 desks left and right that are mirrored. And then there are 3 beds, 1 for each of the crewmates, and 3 storage lockers, which do open. They are non-functional. You can't do anything but open or close them. There are lights, these light panels that you see right here, and they all kind of function the same way. You can turn the lights off. You can turn them on. There's kind of a on-off. I believe in some of them they actually have a different light mode that you can turn on. So these beds are all just meant, like you see in the 400i, or something like that. This is a different company, of course. This is Crusader. But it looks like there might be some sort of future storage options here. The recreation, just heading straight across the hall. This is kind of another nod to Star Wars Millennium Falcon. The chessboard. This is a functioning chessboard in that you can grab any of these pieces. And then you have a kitchen area with a, kind of a refrigerator and freezer compartments which are non-functional. Food prep and all that stuff is here. This just looks like component access, which is not functioning. And then there is a seat here, and I don't think you can sit anywhere. You can just pick one of the spots, I think, in the corners here. That's weird that I have to do a get up, but this is, I will show you kind of the some other things about the ship, and spoiler alert if you're... Oh, that was weird. That was weird. Oh, that is very weird. Okay, well that was a bug. One of the main features of this ship is that it is back in here, and here is the scanning room. So we're back in the server room. Here's the scanning room. And it has a dedicated scanning chair And it's just kind of just an open big room here. I think they kind of wanted to leave some possibilities open for what they might do with this. But here's some more servers, and you can actually sit in this support seat. And doesn't really do anything, except I guess the idea here is you would be, I think there's a power button here. Yeah, there's a deploy. And if I hit that, that's going to open up that or deploy that scanner that I was telling you about. Some people leave that dish just open or up because they like the, kind of the nod to the Millennium Falcon. So you can imagine this is for, probably sending and receiving data. And the ship has been around for a while, so they have a lot of additional thoughts to be put into what this panel can do. And pin focus, and none of the things really do anything. It just brings you up a HUD at this point. So that is sort of just non-functioning. But, eventually you'd be here and probably sliding around with an arm pulling blades to and from this wall maybe, and, some sort of game loop might be here. I'm going to get out of this chair. And we'll leave the server room. Or leave into the server room, rather. And on the opposing side, and so just for your orientation to the left, that's the front of the ship heading towards the bridge. And this is the back of the ship, the back starboard side. You've got these two turret access chairs. These are probably one of my favorite turret access in any ship. I don't know why. I just really like how simple it is. Like, this is the down turret. This is the up turret. It's so well laid out and kind of out of the way, but easily, accessed. Like, just jump in here. And we'll go to both turrets, but I'll jump in both so you can see them. But you just, I don't know, something about the fact that you have so much room, and there you are. Now you're in this nice turret, and just like all turrets, you have to find the power button here, and it's somewhere. I don't have that mapped, I don't believe, to a... Yeah, usually knowing where this power button is very handy. There is no, power on that you can do, unfortunately, until you know where the button is. But boy, I don't know where that button is. Sometimes it's just in some random spot, and it's been a while since I've been in this turret. I really should have. That's the exit. I'll keep looking for it because it's worth looking and finding, isn't it? There's almost always some random location for power. And if you don't know where it is, it can be as frustrating as it is right now, because I don't want to decrease sensitivity. I want to turn the power on. Oh, there it is right there. Did you see that? How weird that is? Super weird. Okay, sorry about that. I apologize. But so this is the top turret. Has fairly good range of motion. You get a 360 view. You can see there's the satellite dish. And not too bad. Not too bad. Let's just take an external view of that. I mean, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Now there is again, as I said, there's another turret below. So we'll go down to that one, because that's the one we couldn't see. But yeah, it kind of transports you up and through this tunnel. And this does the opposing. Takes you to the lower part. So you throw a couple of people in the turrets. You know, and again, this isn't something that... No, I think this is backwards, so you have to kind of... Ooh, there it is right there. So kind of a somewhat of a different location. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to point out those are panthers as well. Bottom firing location is... Yeah, by doing that, you can get a little bit of a better picture. I could always change the ship up a little bit, but that's pretty cool. Again, these... I don't know why. Maybe it's nostalgia, but these are kind of my favorite... One of my favorite turrets in any ship, and just kind of the way that they access the turrets. Just love that in this ship. I just feel like this is the first ship I had where I was like, oh, I want to play with other people. You know, like I want to have people manning the turrets. There's stuff for people to do. So now we're kind of heading to the back cargo area. And if you're not, you know, if you're not aware of the secret of the MSR, this is a good time to leave. And, you know, you can discover this secret on your own if you want. But I think a lot of people know this by now. But if you're new to the game and you're curious about a very special feature that this particular ship has, you know, you might want to think about leaving the stream here in just a bit. So while you're thinking about whether or not you care about spoilers, I'll take you into the last compartment room, which is really more for the modules, components rather, coolers. I don't believe these things... Oh, they do open. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you can... sometimes you'll actually... like in the Hercules, they kind of come out at you, so... I don't know why that won't close. Yeah, something's happening here with my... There we go. Little peculiar. These remind me of what you see in the Hercules on the second level. There's just a row of these, so kind of borrowed from that. Again, some more components. And as I mentioned, if you're not interested in spoilers, you've been warned twice. I'm going to jump right to the secret of this ship, which is that it has an entire underground compartment system, or underbelly. And if you're in the ship and you want to smuggle something, there's this little secret compartment that you can open up, and this is this will close up, and this area of the ship is shielded from scanning. So if you're in the game, if you've ever been in the game long enough, you know that periodically the security will just come and scan your ship. Well, if you have anything in here, guess what? They cannot detect it. So you can, you know, put whatever you like, illegal contraband that you want can all go right in here, and you're safe. And then straight ahead is this secret tunnel system, and it goes to every room in the ship. You see there's habitation, and if I open that up, there's a secret compartment to go into habitation. Let me just... It is a little bit of a trick to get up. I don't have great luck getting up because you have to usually be crouched, and it's a little buggy. Like if you look at kind of where I am, I'm crouching, and I don't have the capability right now. My character cannot stand up, so you know, standing doesn't work right now. So this is a little, you know, kind of a little bit of a trick. I think some people, you can actually get in standing up, and then you stay standing up, I guess. Yeah, see, it kind of put me into a crouch. Yeah. Unfortunate. But you can definitely drop down into these. Getting up is the trick. That doesn't always work. Oh, there we go. I got it to work. Oh, weird. Oh, yeah. Not having a good experience here. There is a way to do it, and I should really practice that because if I ever really do need to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure. There definitely is a trick to getting up there, and I'm not going to sit here and go through it too much. But these tunnels go through all of the ship, so you can snake your way around and find, if somebody were to board your ship, by the way, if they're not in your party, they do not have access to these tunnels. They may know about them, but they can't get into these tunnels. So here's the scanning room. Again, I am definitely letting somebody come in and jump. They could jump down, but imagine some boarding party comes to your ship. Your crew can hop down into these tunnels. It goes all the way up and through to the front area of the ship, right behind the oh, see, what is that? See, now I think they could definitely do like a secret exit. Super easy, right? Just have a panel or something. You could just drop down and go to the bottom of the ship, or maybe even one that leads to something that... So again, there's the scanning, but all the rooms that you see, you can access them. And I'm going to go back up and show you kind of from the other perspective, assuming I don't get lost. It really is just kind of a cool feature of this ship. I don't think there's any other... In fact, I know there's not another ship that does this. And you can access this... Here's just a kind of another area. You can access it from here, too. There is a panel. Is that right? This one's a little trickier to find. Where is that? Oh, I'm blanking on where that actual... Oh, is it here? Yeah, there it is. Okay. It's that. It's right there. Okay. I mean, it's kind of cool that... yeah, so that actually, that's the tunnel. They're all connected together. They're not separate tunnels, so you just have to access it from one location, and then you can get to anywhere in the ship. I just think that's super cool. I mean, that is super cool. There's, like I said, unlike any other ship, it just has this little secret, hey, if you're smuggling, we've got you covered. Like, I love that, I absolutely love that. So let me show you kind of another access point from the other perspective, which is the cool secret way in recreation. And that is if you grab the queen and you take it over here and you put it on this coaster. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Yeah, so that takes you right down into that tunnel system. So if you happen to know that little trick, I mean, I just think that's just really cool that they even do stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Like, just a little nod here to... Doesn't look like the door is actually going to close on me, but... yeah, let's place it back. I guess by just placing it back, it closes it off. But yeah, so you can imagine a couple people, hanging out playing some chess. Alarm goes off. Close the door. Pop open the secret entrance and get out of here. That's so cool. So that's kind of the ship tour. You know, kind of went all the way through. And there are other compartments. There are other access points. I believe one is in here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the captain's. I think it's in one of these. I thought it was in that first one. But is it not? There is an access here. And then in habitation, it's right here. You can see that actually, I opened that up, remember? Yeah, so you kind of just have to know that that's a door. And there's one in the scanning room. We saw that. I thought there was one here. I really feel like that is the case. Yeah, this looks right. Right here. That looks like it right there, doesn't it? I don't think it's a panel or, you know, and that's for the door, the main door. Yeah, I'm not sure how to access this one. I don't use the tunnels that often, but still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. This is an amazing ship. If you're thinking about getting it, you know, you're going to hear the two complaints, one exit entrance, and all the doors. And it's important to, you know, I said this in the last stream, whenever you're considering putting in-game money or real money into a ship, you know, you don't really want something that's going to bother you. You want to, you know, if these little things bother you, they'll become big things. And, you know, consider those things before you lay any money down. But, you know, this is a very open and friendly community. My recommendation is, with any ship, is that if you're interested in buying a ship, just, you know, spend just a little bit of time, reach out to the community, ask somebody who has the ship if you can fly it around for a while, see if you'll like it, spend some time in the ship. I did that with this ship, actually. A friend of mine had it, and he was using it for cargo, and I was, you know, considering getting the ship, and he let me fly it around for a while, and I kind of hung out with him while he was doing some cargo runs, and I loved it. You know, fell in love with the ship, got it, and didn't look back. And this ship is very versatile. You can put 3 Gridcat rocks in this thing, 2 comfortably. You can fit the same amount of mules, again, 2 comfortably. I'm going to go to Magda. You know, actually what I want to see is if I can get one of these missions. There's a delivery. I'm not getting the good one, so let's go. Let's just go to Magda, and we'll load up the ship. Oh, look at that. Yes. So I wish I had something illegal in the cargo, because I've never been scanned while I had illegal cargo. But had we had illegal cargo, if we had illegal cargo in our ship right now, they would have no idea. We would be here and we'd get the all clear. I think he's done his scanning. He's going to do that thing where he follows me around for a while like he's a lost dog. It's kind of ironic that we're going to HDMS Han in this ship.
Quantum travel engaged.
So in terms of weaponry, I'm going to be passing along some information that was told to me. So don't, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt here. But this is not the most well-armored ship. I never really bought it for that. So if you are looking for something, yes, you can upgrade the MSR, absolutely. However, it's not really meant for that. It is a bit of a bigger ship. It does handle a little bit like a bigger ship. So it's not going to be something that you're going to do any PvP. That's not the ship you're going to pull out if you have other options. It'll be fine for PvE. It will be fine for, your random skirmish. No problem. However, what it really is good for is getting out of a scene, fleeing from danger. That's really its strong point. It is a very fast ship, and you can use this ship for evading any danger. If you are hauling cargo, the idea is, just like the Drake Herald, it has speed. It's the same kind of philosophy. The data that you're transporting, probably don't want that to get into enemy hands, so you're gonna bolt. You're not gonna stay and fight. And this ship will outrun the best of them. So, it is a great ship for that. It handles really well in atmosphere, which means if you want to do some rock mining, this is a great option for that. I think this is the ship I rock mined in for the longest time until I wanted to try out the Valkyrie. And I think I could make a case for both. If I had to choose between one or the other, if I was given only one ship to have between the two, I would pick the MSR hands down. It just is a better ship, in my opinion. If you have 20 friends and you want to move them around, this isn't the ship for you. Then go with the Valk. That drop ship option, of course, it's going to be the better option of the two. But time me here. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9 1,000, 10 1,000, 11 1,000, 12. And that's not my fastest exit. Is that a long exit for a ship? Sure. Are you going through some doors? Absolutely. But, have you been in a Caterpillar before? Have you been in, any other ship? There's a ton of ships that have a ton of doors. And, oh man, look how slow I'm going. This is because I'm in heavy armor. I should have known better. And when you're in heavy armor and there's any wind, instead of that helping you like it would in the real world, oh no. This is almost like I'm on a planet that has a high gravity. That's what I'm experiencing. Because see, the way gravity works is, see how I can jump and I'm not falling directly down? If I'm wearing a heavy armor like I am, it wouldn't make me slower. Oh no, it really just wouldn't. The difference wouldn't be there. But there seems to be only one mode when you're wearing heavy armor. It's okay, you have to walk slow. So we're going to make you walk slow, even though it doesn't make sense.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Okay, so let's just show you. And I think, again, I want to put the mule in there for sure. But I will show you kind of the... in fact, let's put a DS in there. I've never done that. I know it fits, but just to kind of give you a sense of that, we'll put one of those in. We'll do the Grey Cat STV. I've never put one in. It's going to fit. But we'll start with the mule. Hang on a second. No, I don't want that. If you move your mouse, it will claim the ship above where you clicked. So I want to throw the mule in there first, just to show you.
Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following locations.
And I use this combination quite a bit. I put a mule in here. I do the box missions. Sometimes if I'm looting, I'll just essentially just land the MSR somewhere and then hop out in the mule and do my looting. And then when I'm done, drive back to the ship and take off and hit the next spot. Of course, I intend on doing a box mission, but if it does end up being the wrong one or we run out of time, I'm cool with that too. I just want to show you this ship. I think by putting some, like a ground vehicle in the ship, it really does call attention to how big this ship actually is. Again, I think the design is it's almost like a compact design. It's kind of a a solid shape, and until you have a reference, it's difficult to see. Now, this ramp is, I think, one of the better ramps out there, and here's why. Look at where the struts are. They are clearly out of the way. They are not part of them. A lot of the times you'll see the struts that move the ramp. They're in your way. These are not in your way. If the strut is in your way, you're not going to get through this entrance. It's a pretty wide entrance, more so than it is tall. But in reference to like remember the 400i, that is one drake high. And so you have quite a bit more room. Look how much room I have. So the trick with this cargo bay is there's really two parking spots in the back right and then the back left. And then there's kind of another half parking spot over here on the left. And if you do it right, like now, obviously I could move this straight in, but I'm going to show you kind of how I do it when I need a mule and a rock. I'll just get till I get to about this edge here. And then of course the mule is so quick. Such a good thing for tight turns. But you can drive this up a little bit if you want. I tend to kind of keep it down so that it's not up like that, but that it's down. And all the wheels are down. And now, of course, you can back up. And if you have a rock, you might want to back up and bring it up to the wall just like this. But it's also okay to not have to back up. in the rock and in the mule too, because they both front load and they don't take up much space ahead of you. So you just leave a little bit of space to walk in front, and you can park two things side by side, and you can walk in the front. So let me just show you that. So from experience, now I could have gotten closer there if I really wanted to pinch, but I have plenty of room here to walk. If there were another, I wish it didn't close on me like that. It stays open when I don't want it to stay open, and it closes when I don't want it to close. But you have plenty of room here. Now these lines are kind of a good indicator. Look, I'm not even anywhere near the halfway mark of this. So I could easily put another mule there, but if I wanted to do a rock, I would need that extra space because the rocks are a little wider. I've put a Nox here or a Dragonfly, and what you typically do is you just park it straight up right here as best as it will fit, maybe with a slight angle, because you really don't need to get into this room, so you can block that door, but you can do it in such a way that you don't even block that door. The key is you need to be able to get to this and to open this and close that. So that's the mule. I think because I have room, I might just go grab another ground vehicle. Like, I'm curious to see if the Gray Cat would fit there. Now, we got some company. There's a nice constellation over there. So we'll close our door. What are they doing? Probably looting. Probably looting. Everybody's looting this month. They want those masks. But I would suppose it's getting kind of towards the end of the month, you know, and people who wanted them got them. And people who didn't care either way. So I want to spawn the Gray Cat STV and see if it'll fit next to the mule. I can't think of a scenario. I can't think of a scenario where I would actually need to do this setup, if I'm being honest. I guess maybe, you know, if you don't have...
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Yeah, I know, I wanted it... okay. Something about that terminal always fails me.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Here it is. Okay. So I did one of those box missions on stream in the Hurston system. It's the... oh, what is the name of the... I have to look it up. What is the name of the... Oh, yeah, Red Wind. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking it was Black something, but it's Red Wind, yeah. So I did one of these Red Wind missions, the 45,000 one, or 45, yeah, 45,000 one. And I don't seem to be getting them anymore. But I did one of those, and there were some bad guys there. Remember I was telling you that, you know, the bad guys don't really show up on the Arc Corp delivery missions, but they do here in the Hurston. So I got me some armor. Yeah, some heavy armor. You know, who pays for armor anymore? I don't know. But yeah, I looted some of the security and ended up getting some good armor. So wanted to show you that. So yeah, the bad guys showed up, and I was like, "Oh, this is great! I wish I was streaming to show you." And I did really well. I didn't die. I even killed a couple. So yeah, I was really excited about that. There's a lot of people probably rolling their eyes right now. They're like, "You did one of the weakest bunkers, and you're proud about that? You're bragging about that?" Yeah, I am bragging about that. I am, sir or madam. I am bragging. So I'm curious about this little guy. Ooh, it does like to whip around on you. Of course, we had the Connie there, and he's still there.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Okay. I did not call for landing. Oh, I guess I did, yeah. I guess I left, and that is what they tell you. So we're going to load this thing up. Yeah, I suppose at this point, you know, in this stage... Oh, no. Okay. Okay. I think this is what has happened to me in the past. I've been born again. Just left my vehicle. I had no other way of leaving my vehicle but the way that I left my vehicle. And I got death by wind, which I suppose is better than death by sand. I think this is the refuel. Pointing out an exterior feature here. I think this is the refuel module. They do have in-game, you know, refueling, but it's kind of a rare event, at least in my experience. So I have not refueled any of my ships. Just curious what they're doing over there. Yeah, this ramp has plenty of room. I would say it's probably on par with the Valkyrie, maybe even a little wider, and it feels like to me. And you can see I have plenty of room to drive this thing in. I don't even have to think about it, which is kind of my favorite. Like now I ran into the front there. All of the cargo bays, by the way, have some very good visual clues about where you might want to put a tire. If you pay attention to the paint in the cargo bays, you will find they've divided the space for you visually, and you can choose where your tire can go and use that as a reference point. You don't have to put your tire there, obviously, but that's how I know how far to pull in. I can leave that space open. Now you can see I've got a tremendous amount of room here for the driver to get out and the passenger. And I didn't even try. I wasn't trying to make room. I did that with the mule. Of course, you do want to pack in your first vehicle in that back right corner. That's the tip. But look how much room I have. I could fit another mule here. I could fit easily one more or two more vehicles in here. But if you're looking for just a grab and go, you can't spawn more than 3 vehicles anyway. So if it's just for you, basically any two of your vehicles, ground vehicles, are probably going to fit in here just fine. I have not put an Ursa Rover in here. I don't know. We could try. We could try it. I'll have to get both of these vehicles out. I do have an Ursa Rover. I don't think it's going to be tall enough to fit. But look at that. Just boom. Out. You're out. I'm just going to pull both vehicles out. Did you see that? Did you see that? I'm in heavy armor, by the way. I am not light. I am weighing 350. Now it's going to happen again. And sometimes this happens so many times that I actually cannot get into my ship. So the trick is to get low. Which I'm low. Okay, I'm probably safe now. It happens. Super wind, you know. So you do have to. There's a back lip here that you can run into if you're all the way in. So you do want to have a little bit of a turning. See, I'm kind of came in at an angle there. But with the mule, again, I've said this multiple times. You don't have to worry. You can. If you're interested in the size comparison between the two, this is kind of a good way to see them. The mule is taller, and I believe they're about the same width. I think I take that back. The STV is wider. So wider and lower, which is what you'd expect. 1-seater, 2-seater. It's kind of a good picture. Well, I guess since I'm in here, let me just take this one back. No, actually, I wanted to close the cargo bay. So we got friends. Closing the cargo bay is important. Don't be derelict in your duties to protect your ship and your friends and family and loved ones. Close your bay. Boy, I am super curious. What is going on over there on that guy's ship? You know what? I might just run over there real quick and see what's happening. You guys want to see what's going on over there? I mean, he can't be looting for that long. And he definitely wasn't in the Platinum Bay. No, he didn't leave his elevator down, but I don't see anyone. Let's see if there's anyone in chat saying anything. Yeah. Probably crashed or something. Could have crashed, but yeah, I love the Connies. For their own reason, I love them. You know, this looks like the Taurus, right? Am I right about that? I think I am. You see, there's no snub fighter in on the bottom butt of the ship there, and it's closed off. So I think the Taurus is the cargo variant, which, you know, you get a little extra cargo and you lose that snub fighter. So they're oh, I wonder if he's just waiting for the server tick, maybe. Let's try not to kill ourselves, and we'll head back to the Platinum Bay, and I want to check this ship in, or this vehicle in, and then maybe we'll pop into the cargo or the storage building and see if we got company, or if he's really is gone. Okay, let's call our friends at Platinum Bay Landing Services. Let them know we'd like to get our Drake Mule checked into their storage facility.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Which, I don't know where that is. I don't know where their storage facility is. It must be underground. It's got to just be some massive underground facility that just has copies of every ground vehicle.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
I love this MSR. Just as you look at it off in the distance there. Yeah, it just, to me, is a really well designed ship. I like the asymmetry part of it. It's not so egregious that, you know, 3/4 of your ship is off to the right, and you know, I guess I'm thinking of the Caterpillar, but I love the Caterpillar too. You know, I say that, and I love the way the Caterpillar is designed too. But for different reasons. Like, you're not gonna. The MSR really is a ship that's. I think it really does fit well, and it is a well compared ship to the Millennium Falcon. It's just kind of, it's a bit rugged, you know.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Not as washed up as and pretty as Origin ship, you know. Not washed up as in has been, but washed up as in clean. So I will get that stored. I will take out the. Yeah, let's take out the Ursa rover. I don't really remember. I bet it. I don't
Your
know.
insurance claim has been sent.
I really don't know if this fits. I think it fits in the Valkyrie. In fact, I'm pretty confident it fits in the Valkyrie. And I think anything that fits in the Valkyrie probably fits in the MSR, for the most part.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Oh, I think it's got a shot. Yeah. I think it's got a shot to fit in there. Again, the ship looks, because it's more of a round shape, even though it's not round. I'm not suggesting that it's a round ship, but it is. The MSR has kind of a round shape to it. It's compact, and I think that fools you into thinking it's smaller than it actually is. And you see it in the size comparisons with other ships, and you're like, oh wow, that looks a little bit out of place even. Because it's so big to scale. There's a lot of ways to get to clip through the Ursa rover. I think we'll probably end up having to take the turret down. But I think it's going to fit just fine. Oh yeah. As I'm driving it, you know, like in comparison to what I just was driving, I think this is going to fit. Oh yeah, let's look how how big this thing looks compared to the STV. It almost looks like it would fit inside. Oh, it won't fit inside. I know it won't. But you know I'm thinking about trying it. No, there's no way that's going to fit. No, it won't fit. And it's fine. We're not here. Although wouldn't that be cool if you could fit that and that and that and that? Oh, that would be great. So we're going to leave everything running. Yeah. This happens like 2 out of 3 times. You will jump right out of the vehicle and land on the roof. Which so far hasn't really been a bad thing whenever it's happened to me. Like, I'm getting out of the vehicle anyway. No. I mean, it's also important to note, I've got these chairs. I guess I didn't mean to sit in the chair. I meant to close it. But you could close these chairs. And it's still not going to fit. There's just waiting. Yeah, we're not going to waste any more time with that thought experiment, my friends. We're going to put this back in. I want to see if this fits. And I think it will. I think it's going to fit just fine. I think it's totally going to fit. I'm not even really lining it up all that great. And as long as I have enough room to drive forward. Yeah, so that it's just fine. Now I did take down the turret, but you can see for reference, those back tires hit those back 2 lines. So it's a comfortable fit, and now with the Ursa rover, you can go out the back, and it looks like I could go out the back or the side just fine. Something tells me as I exit, now I'm not going to power this down because I'm going to take it out. But I'll try to keep my head down this time. Oh, yeah, if you keep your head down, that's the secret for not popping out of the Ursa rover. But yeah, this works pretty well. It works pretty well. Excellent. Well, hey, we learned something today, didn't we? Well, while we wait for just a minute, I'm going to take a small tech break here because I've been having some tech issues with this sound setup that I have, and I feel like I'm going to have to put some time into this because I'm hearing some clicking noises, and it gets I can bear with it for a little bit, but after a certain period of time, I need to fix it. So give me just a few seconds here, and I will be right back. Thank you for your patience. Okay, I am back. Thank you very much for that little break here. Yeah, I think I've got a cable that is maybe just a little too close to a power cable, because my monitor headset's it doesn't start off right away, but eventually it sort of just starts doing this clicking noise, and I can't I can't concentrate while it's in my head. So I appreciate your patience while I rerouted some wires, and I think I've got it better. I think I've got this sort of knocked out, but well, where we left it here was that the Ursa rover fit just fine, and now that I have it in here, I remember, I do feel like I've had this thing in the MSR, but right when I got the rover, I was kind of using the Valkyrie quite a bit, so I never actually tested it. I like the Ursa rover; it's a pretty cool. So now, of course, because the rover fits, all the Cyclones will fit, and I have a couple of those. I guess one of the things I would like to check here while we have it is just what happens when I have the turret up. Does that cause an issue? I don't think so. No, it's fine. Yeah, turret optional. You can have that up or down. Yeah, that's great. So just about anything. I'm trying not to destroy vehicles here. Doesn't really have the best. Oh, you know what? I've never really noticed how the wheel. That is really interesting. I've never noticed that. Have you noticed that before? You see what I'm talking about? And the front wheel, how the wheel turns, and I don't know what you call that. What are those called? It just stays the same. Why do you need it to do that? I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never noticed that before. I just happened to pick that up as I was turning it just now. But it's hard to deny what a cool vehicle this thing is. Also, this is just another one of those really cool vehicles. There's a rover. Maybe we'll do a whole series where we spend some time looking at the ground vehicles that are available in game. But for now, I want to get back to doing one more thing with the Star Runner. Maybe we take it out and see if there's a box mission available. And if we get the good one, I'll do it. I have found that okay, so yeah, I think this is good. We can accept this one. Yeah, why not? And hey, why not? Let's just take the rover. I use those for box missions all the time. It is kind of what I used before the mule was available, and the mule is great. It's actually, I think, in some ways better than the rover, but since we got the rover right here. Okay, now that was something crazy. Something crazy just happened. Something crazy just happened. And yeah. I don't know what that was. But there's no Connie over there anymore. What just happened? Let's get in the ship here real quick and get a better angle. I thought that was my ship blowing up because I ran into something or Star Citizen was doing Star Citizen.
Weapons system is
No, I want all that off, thanks. This is where you don't want to jump up. Okay, cool. Okay, come on. Okay, there's a baddie. A couple of baddies, it looks like. Yeah. Well, let's get in our ship and we'll have a little combat if you want to check out what this ship can do. Or we can show you how fast I can fly away. They're waiting for a fight, I think. We'll find out. Little do they know I've got a box mission I have to do, and I take my box missions very seriously. Let's take a look and see what we got. A couple of vanguards, I think. That's what it looked like to me. And I definitely have some damage to my ship. Since we're here, might as well refuel and repair. Let's check the radar. Yeah, a couple of baddies over there. You know what? I'm perfectly willing to give a fight a go. And I can, we can die. And if we die, who cares, right? I can also show you how fast this thing is, because they will not be able to catch me. I don't care what they're driving. I'm flying in reverse and I'm outrunning him. So you want to come up and play? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Attack on shields.
He's dead.
Contact.
Well, that wasn't me killing them. That was this fine gentleman slash gentlewoman or whatever the equivalent is. This fine person is what I probably should have said. Okay, well, that was a little anticlimactic, wasn't it? But you saw, while we're here, because I really didn't get into my groove there, we do have a delivery to do, a pickup. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm not going to be able to get there without jumping, but let me show you some of the speed that this has, because I think that's pretty handy. So without boost, yeah, I'm still in a little bit of atmosphere here too, 4,000. It's not too bad for being I am in Atmo right now, for sure. Is it as fast as like the Pisces? No. You know, it's not going to zip around. It's not that small of a ship. But can it get booking? Yes, absolutely. Like this, I believe it tops out at 1200. Is that right? Let's find out. Yeah, just a little over 1200. Again, I'm still getting out of atmosphere. But this thing just moves. Yeah, it's... Had I wanted to get away from those guys, I have no problem believing that I could long-term outrun them. So that worked out pretty well. Okay. Not sure what happened there. Did I hit something? My landing gear's down, but I hit something. I hit that rock or something. That was... very, very peculiar. Okay. Oh. I wonder if I hit that guy. Did I hit that guy? What is that guy? I mean, that's the person who was... That's the Gladius. Huh. Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, let's get our act together here and focus, 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 focus. We got to get to Hurston. I'm at Magda. I can't jump there, so I'm going to go to Ariel real quick. And that'll give me my OM marker. That's a little trick, by the way, that I do. Sometimes I can't... To quickly find the OM marker, just jump somewhere else. And it will map you around. Because I don't like using this map. I don't know anyone who does. It's just not a friendly map. I still can't jump to Hurston. And it looks like my mission has just gone away. No. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's... This is all kinds of weirdness. Let's go collect some packages. Now, I hope you get to see some baddies. Because last time you didn't.
Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged.
It is Friday. It is Friday. Hope you all had a good week and you're settling into your Friday night. Nothing more relaxing than sitting down and watching a stream of Star Citizen. So, thank you for being here.
Quantum travel complete.
Okay. Now we have to focus. We got to put our energy into focusing. Now the MSR will fly quite nicely in atmosphere. It picks up speed pretty well, and it will drop off speed as well. But I think it's a little slow on the drop off. The engine has these really aggressive clanking noises when you power down or power back up. You hear that clank. It is a beast, and it's reminding you of that with the audio, with the sounds that it makes while it's doing what it does. Now we have another person here, and if that's a Gladius, that would be... it's a 125A. Okay, so they might be here for doing a mission too. They might be doing the bunker. Now, I thought, rather, that once I got a mission here, no one else would. There's nothing stopping somebody from just hanging out there, right? Let's bring our... yeah. It's also possible that they, they bugged out. We'll bring her in for a landing right around here. And yeah, we got our landing gear down. This is definitely one of those ships where you want to be careful with the tailgate. I mean, any of the ships that have a tailgate are a time bomb waiting to go off. Because if it goes below the ground, that looks pretty good. So we're going to take the rover over. Sorry. I didn't mean that. I did not mean to make that kind of a pun. I should count again to see how long it takes me to get out of the ship. But, I just don't think it takes that long. And I was told there was a mode you could put these doors in that they would just be open. And that might be a thing that they put in and took out and maybe put back in, or I don't know, or we're going to put back in. But the doors don't work that way now, but they used to, from what I understand. I just think in general there's going to be some sort of global solution where I don't know, maybe they have like a remote, or, it's just all motion censored like they should be, like they're supposed to be. Not much room in this cockpit area here of this vehicle. Yeah, so kind of a nice little compliment to the MSR to have a rover tonight. It's nice to know that that rover will fit just fine. I still would probably recommend getting something a little smaller. You know, if you haven't bought your land vehicle yet and you want something to complement the MSR, I probably wouldn't get a rover. It fits, but you know, it's like one of those things where it fits comfortably too, but well, I don't know. Maybe do what you want. You know, like if you want a rover, don't let me tell you not to get a rover. It fits just fine. It actually fits so comfortably that okay, what's happening here? I can't actually get into the rover right now. I love the rover, by the way, too. It's no disrespect to that. Yeah, so one of the things with the rover, you see how I'm still at an angle? It doesn't have the gravity readjustment that the ships have. So when you are on a slant, you walk as if you're on the ground until you get into the seat. So that may have been what was happening as to why I couldn't get into the rover. No, but I love the rover, and it fits well into the MSR. So it is a good, you know, ground vehicle for you to have as well. And like I said, maybe we'll do some more ground vehicle ones, but it's kind of getting a good view of the MSR. That's really the focus of the stream that I want to focus on, is just how versatile this ship actually is. And I think it's one of those daily drivers that you could graduate to if you're new to the game. And I would highly recommend it as a daily driver, multi-purpose. You're going to be able to have a few friends over, get into some of the, you know, maybe doing some bounties. I don't know if I would, but you could haul some cargo. You can go real fast. You could do these missions that we're doing right now, the bunkers. It's great for that. Rock mining, you and a friend, that's a great ship for that. Now we have been we've had this mission for a while, so I really can't tell you what's going to be down there. If I was smart, I would have backed this thing up. But that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. We might relocate it. Oop. That's a bad sign there. Out of ammo. Good thing I checked. Don't hear any gunshots. There's no security down there. So I already know this isn't going to be the fun version. The fun version that I had yesterday off stream. Oh man, I was killing people. It's great. I was looting. Yeah, I think we're alone. We're alone. Sorry. Well, let's quick do this mission, right? We don't want to give up. There are people who need their packages. And who are we to deny them? Same day delivery is risky. It's a deadly thing in Star Citizen. Okay, great. There's one. One of 3. Oh, I was so prepared last time too. I even had a multi-tool, the tracking tool. And I was just using it and taking bodies, getting them back here, looting them. Oh, I was like a pro. I was picking up boxes while under fire. It's pretty impressive. There we go. I need some kind of like adventure music that I can play that just emphasize how, exciting this is, picking up boxes. Now this is a good kind of low-key mission. Sometimes when I'm bored, I will just do this mission, and unfortunately, I really wish it could be more consistent about when you get this mission and you see bad guys. That's a little weird. I don't remember seeing something like that. When you see bad guys and when you don't. Because it's a little like anticlimactic when you come here and you're like, oh, I've got my gun and then I'm ready to go. And there's no one here. And it doesn't look like there's any loot boxes. There was that was it a 200 eye out there? We could go check them out. Okay. I'm just looking for loot boxes. This is back up to whence we came. So let's head back and we'll go downstairs. It's not a habit to come back around here. Okay, there's our last package. I'm just gonna walk down here. Just looking for loot boxes. I don't think there's gonna be any. That's a fake one. Yeah, this place has been picked over. Yes, it has. So I think this is the third box, if memory serves. So we're going to take this one and load up the rover. Yeah, the other thing I will caution you about, if you're doing these box missions and the destination is like Arc L4 or, it's a space station, I would say don't take them. Do not take those missions. Not only are they inconvenient to do, every time I've done one and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it anyway, the third box gets stuck in the elevator. And if you've watched all my streams, you'll this actually happened to me on stream once, where I tried everything I could possibly think of to get that to work. I couldn't pick up that box. It was stuck in the elevator. Then it despawned, and it was done. It was just absolutely done. This is not the most convenient way. It's kind of nice that it's daytime, though. This can be a little challenging to find a spot to set this thing down. Especially when that happens. I want to close these things because they get in the way, and I think you have a bit of better luck placing a box, because that just clipped right through the floor. Yeah, that's under the rover, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to have to move the rover. Yeah. I was just about to say something and I realized how ridiculous this is going to sound, but I'm going to say it anyway. The rover's not the best for box missions, so it's not really designed to do the boxes. So, and again, I know that sounds ridiculous to even say that, but it really isn't designed for them. So the boxes can kind of clip. We're going to try this. Just trying to give myself some options to get in. Okay, where's that? There, yeah, it kind of clips in there, and the challenge is that this thing isn't actually tall enough for you to stand in it. You're not actually standing, you're kind of clipping down. So the best way is always to place, you know, that's going to give you the best option. That's pretty good. Let's go get those other boxes. Ooh, they're floating off the ground, off the elevator. That's not a bad sign, but it's just not something that makes me happy. Oh, this. You know, I'm just the rover itself, though. I love this thing. I'm trying to place it. Okay, I'm bugging out. Let's try to place that. I think. Oh, I know what it is. I'm not in the ship enough to place it, or in the vehicle enough. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this again. There's not a lot of room back here. Let's try. Yeah, I'm trying to. Let's try this. Let's get way up here. Nope, I don't want to grab that one. If you drop it, it's going to fall through the floor. See? It shouldn't be this difficult to put a box in the back of a rover. That's just a sign that, you know, when they don't really plan for you to use a vehicle in the way that you want to use it, you know, results may vary. And this just doesn't have a ground. It doesn't have a floor. Why? I don't know. Why that can you clip through the floor so easily? I don't know. Okay. So the other one is below. And the other one is below. So I'm going to have to move the vehicle one more time. We'll get this box mission done. Will I be taking the rover? I don't think so. No, I probably won't be taking the rover anytime soon on a box mission. We're going to leave it running and let's just get in here. Yeah, because the other thing that happens with these boxes is they'll fall out as I drive. If I drive too fast, they'll desync and they'll come just flying right out. So we're going to try ramp access. There's some texture issues there. So yeah, again, I think the trick is you get into the rover. Give yourself plenty of room. Look down. Place it. Wait a second. Okay. And then everything's good. And then you get into the, yeah, we're good. Awesome. Yeah, it's too bad. It is funny because every time I've done box missions on stream, I have a kind of a bad luck getting the looting that I've seen, you know, and experienced. And then I play just randomly, and I'm just falling through the loot. So I will try to get one of these, you know, on stream, because I mean, last time I had taken like 4 trips full of loot. Just kind of watching the rover here. I think as long as we don't do any jumps, we're good. I think that's when the boxes desync enough that they might fall out. So I'm taking it easy. I've just had it happen to me before, multiple times. This Star Runner looks great in this light. Yeah, this is a... I really do like this ship. I keep forgetting how much I like this ship. Kind of hoping I would pop out the top. This time I was really kind of hoping I would pop out the top. Yeah, see, I'm leaning again. I may not be able to get back in that way, but oh, just about got my head hit by that ramp. That ramp just about took me out. Let's see if I can get in. No, same problem because of the same issue. It won't reconcile. Okay, so let's hope this doesn't mess up the boxes, because I'm gonna have to knock them a little bit. I don't have a lot of room to move here, and I'm gonna push them. Okay, all 3 of them are there. That's great. And I can close that door from the pilot's seat. Yeah, it fits in there just fine. I'm kind of taking it easy here, but again, kind of another thing with the camera. Like I said, that I just want that tire. I just know that it's kind of on that second set of lines, so I don't have to really worry about where the front of my vehicle is. I've already measured it out, so. Okay, so we're going to leave these boxes in there. And, yeah, let's go deliver some boxes. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Sometimes this door doesn't open, and that's because of a 30K, and other times it just doesn't open because it's being finicky. So you gotta love the little flaws of a ship too, right? I think, you know, it's like people who live in old homes. They say the house has character, and, you know, they appreciate these little, you know, the way the floor cracks and stuff. I think that's kind of how I would describe this ship too. It has its little cricks and crannies, you know. It's not quite like a Drake where it's, rugged and, you know, and you get what you got. No frills. There's frills in the Crusader line for sure. In fact, now that we're going to see the new line of the Spirit, yeah, we're definitely going to see what Crusader can do for luxury, because they have that executive run here. So we'll jump out of atmosphere here. We will, let's just check real quick and see where we need to drop these things off. Over at Ariel. That's great. And we'll call this mission. We'll close this mission up, and I think we'll wrap up the stream around then. We've been going for, yeah, about 2 hours. It's not too bad. We might start doing a little bit longer streams. I think I'll probably be doing them more on Mondays. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So if you're interested in, oh, it's still to access atmosphere. Okay, yeah. So if you're interested in, you know, kind of seeing the longer format, I'm happy to do that. Oh man, did I not go far enough? Yeah, I was gonna say. Let's kind of give you an outside view of this ship. Again, I love the design of this ship. I love, it really does kind of fit within the, now the Spirit, of course, really does look like it's lending itself from here, from this, as well as the Ion and the other variant of that fighter. So we'll hit Ariel and drop off these boxes. Yeah, I'll probably do a couple of more box missions, and I'll definitely capture them on stream, because I think those are exciting, the ones with the security. And I see that medical rescue pop up. We might do a stream where we just try to put ourselves in peril and ask for medical rescue and or provide medical rescue to people. That would be cool. I kind of want to mix it up. I don't want to be doing just one thing on the stream. So if you have any suggestions, please by all means leave a comment in the video to, and I will respond. Yeah, I'll definitely take your suggestions and your feedback as well. What do you think of what's going on here? Do you have any interest in joining on stream? Is that something you're interested in? Please leave a comment. Tell me what your thoughts are about the MSR. Do you love, hate it? Are you one of the people who just can't stand the doors? You know, I hear you. I will tell you, having flown this ship every day in Star Citizen for a long time, you get used to it, and it just doesn't bother you anymore. Or maybe it festers and you hate it. I guess it could go either way. For me, it went the former. I did not hate it. I didn't. Maybe it was because somebody, no one pointed it out to me until after I had had it and flown for a while. So I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't biased. That probably is really what it was. But having flown the Valkyrie and this ship, which I think are both pretty comparable ships, to one another for the basic usage that I used it for, yeah, I felt like I could get out of the Valkyrie fast, but I didn't feel like it was that fast, that much faster than the MSR. So I don't know. All right, we'll just land over here.
Engines off.
Looks like I need to eat something as well. I'm having an issue where I can't eat. Don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, I think I used to have these doors just timed, where it was like almost perfect. I would stop perfectly and it just worked. Like it was almost like a minor inconvenience. Like just a half of a millisecond delay it cost me. Do you want to get out? Yeah, let's be a good example here. I should get out and close my cargo bay here. Although it would be exciting if somebody came and stole my ship. That would be cool. Yeah, I understand why they did this rover at this height. They wanted it to fit in vehicles. And if you add a few ships, and maybe even including this one, if it was a little bit taller. So I get that they probably wanted to keep the height down. Okay, we're going to try. Now, again, I've had some issues with this the third box syndrome, where the third box doesn't, whichever the last box that you pick up, it just doesn't, you can actually store the rover and retrieve it, and then you can grab the box. So that's why I like this version of the mission, because I can use the rover to do my delivery. Or the mule. The mule still is my favorite for this. So we'll let that go. Usually I like to wait for the green. And usually I'll put all three in here to save the time of going in and out. But we're mixing it up. You don't have to do the same thing the same way every single time. But now I'm curious to see if that box will... Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to set this box down. Because I'm a little unclear what causes that bug. If there's an action I'm doing... And one of the things that I noticed about the third box being... what I'm talking about is I've done these missions before where you will go to grab this third box and you can't grab it. It's just, you know, it gives you the option to grab it, but it will not grab. So when that happens, depending on where the box is, it can be a big deal. Like right now, if this didn't grab, I can't move it. And as long as it's in another vehicle like this rover, you can move that vehicle and you can leave the box inside, and then you can, as I said earlier, you can store it and then retrieve it on the landing pad here at the mining station, and you're good to go. It will become alive again. But when you do this mission where you have to go to a space station, the third box seems to fail while you're in the elevator, because you have to take the box, put it in the elevator, open the elevator, go grab the two other boxes, repeat, you know, multiple times. Hey, there's our mission completion. And then you end up basically getting to the elevator that takes you into the lobby of the space station, and you get the two boxes out of the elevator, but the third box gets stuck in the elevator. And it's pretty annoying. But I think it's because I've noticed that it might be the flow of like how I'm doing it that might be causing the issue. I can't grab an apple right now. Let's try that again. Oh, good job. Apple sounds good right now. Yeah, maybe I'm going to have an apple after the stream. What is going on? Okay, yeah, now it's just like a empty shell of an apple. You look like an apple, but we can't eat you. Well, hey, this has been a lot of fun. I hope you've had some fun checking out one of my favorite ships in Star Citizen, the Mercury Star Runner. And I'm going to go back out so we can get one last look at it. And there it is in dark. It is a multi-purpose, multi-role ship. It can be crewed by 3 people, but you could really have more than that. You could have 2 people manning the turrets, and then you could have a person in the co-pilot chair. And then you could also have somebody in the scanner chair. Although that really isn't much fun because there's not much to do there. But yeah, I think it says between 2 and 5 people can, or 4 people. Sorry, I think that's what the description says about the crew. But you got room for people to hang out. There's kind of that nice living area. This is a ship that will serve you well if you're a rock miner. It will serve you well if you do box missions. It will serve you well if you want to load some cargo. It's not going to do, as much as a C2. But if you've got some... In fact, I'm going to take this thing... After I end the stream, I'm going to take this thing and take the work order that I have, because I have some Quantanium that I want to run that's all done. The work order is done at the refinery. And the Star Runner is a great ship if you have a couple of work orders. And you don't need to take some big monstrous ship there. This will take some cargo for you. So I believe... before we go, let me just kind of rattle off a few things for you about the Star Runner. As I said, it is meant to be a data runner or data storage. It has a crew of 2 to 3. The cargo is 114 SCU. So you can buy this in game, 4,912,500 Alpha UEC, and it's not available for rent. You can pledge this, but it's not available right now. I believe it has been anywhere from $260 or $60 to $25 originally. 230 war bond, or somewhere in the 200 250 range is what this thing costs. It is a great ship. It is I highly recommend it. It has this radar, and of course the computer is not something that you're really using too much of. It's got a couple of power plants, the Diligent power plants, and it has 2 coolers. They're both size 2. The cool core, and then as far as shields, it has 2 size 2 shields, and they are fairly okay. I would recommend upgrading all of those components, to be honest with you. So it's a great ship to have. I'm really happy that I own this ship. It has the Bolon. It comes with a Bolon quantum drive, so that's definitely one that you want to upgrade if you want to get the most out of this ship. But well, I had a lot of fun. Again, my name is Yentra, and you probably already know that because you're watching a stream called Yentra Plays. But you might not know that I have a Discord server called the Know Nothings. And if you're interested in saying hello and maybe even hopping on the stream with me, that's your best place to get in contact with me. And the link is in the description, along with some other links. If you're new to Star Citizen and you want an extra 5,000 space bucks, use my referral code. Or if not mine, use someone's referral code to get that a little extra cash in-game. And, also just want to mention that I do stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and I go for about a couple of hours. I do everything on stream that I possibly can to make the game, kind of show you the variety of the game. So we might do box missions, we might do a bunker, we might do PvP, PvE, although I'm not the best at those two. Might do some mining, rock mining, or quantanium mining. All those things are things that I like to do in game, and as I feel the need to do those things, I also will stream those things. And the last thing is sometimes we're doing challenges, like we just did a challenge where we are challenging, sort of posing the question, where's the best place to mine hadanite? Because I hear a lot of answers in chat and people talking in game. And, I get a lot of... it's funny how definitive people sound when they say where the best place to mine is. And we did Magda versus Daymar, and Daymar crushed Magda. Well, not really crushed, but Daymar did beat Magda. And so now we're going to be doing Ariel and Aberdeen as the next 2 moons that we're going to put next to one another. And we'll do the scorecard that we've kind of put together for each of the moons, and it tells us how many sessions and runs, how many minutes we spent mining, and how much money we made, and also what was the profit per minute. So we're going to use that profit per minute to be the definitive answer to where's the best place to mine hadanite. Now, of course, there are some sites that show some data, and I think that's great. We're going to do our own data collection because, things have changed in the last couple of patches, and we want to be as current as possible. So with all of that said, I want to thank you once again. My name's Yentra, and I really appreciate you watching to the very, very, very end. And I hope you have a great night, have a great weekend, and we will see you very soon. Thanks a lot, guys.
la